Well, this mower and this customer is a perfect example as to why I think my critics, oh, maybe you can't see it. My critics are wrong about diagnostic fees. I've talked about diagnostic fees. Now, I know every mechanic in the world, well, not every, because actually I know one that doesn't, charges diagnostic fees. I don't charge diagnostic fees. What I try to do is I try to keep my diagnostics down to 15 minutes. Anything under 15 minutes is free. So that means I throw some starting fluid in it. If it doesn't start, then I check it with the spark tester. If there's, no spark, then, we can go from there. Or it's compression, I put a compression tester on it. That's the three things that I can do in 15 minutes. Or, a belt. I can look and see if there's a bad belt or something. If it gets more than that, then I tell the customer it's exploratory. Well, in this one, I figured out in 15 minutes that there was nothing wrong with this machine. So the first thing I had to do to get it going was put a battery in it. These new mowers come in with these things, and these things are $80 for that little piece of junk. So if you take this shroud out, you can get a normal regular lawnmower battery in it. So I just took it out. So it took all of 10 minutes. Really wasn't a big deal. Now when I started it, I thought it had an automatic choke, so I didn't really think much about it. But on these newer Cub Cadets, I actually had one just recently. If they sit over the winter, you really need to put some starting fluid in it to get it to start. Like I said, I thought it had an automatic choke. So it wouldn't start, so I just popped it open and put some starting fluid in it. Started right up, ran great. So that, I'll get more into that in a minute. So before I started it, I put my inline spark testers on both sides. This is a 2-cylinder. He said, I guess I should tell you what he said was wrong with it. He said when he turned the PTO on, it was losing power and dying. Well, that's a key indicator that you're down on the cylinder. So this has got 2 cylinders. It's got a spark plug here, and then you come over to the other side, it's got a spark plug on this side also. Well, when you do that, when you know what the problem is, you immediately just go with inline spark testers. You start it to see if both spark testers are working. The biggest problem with that is you got to get the mower to warm up, because over time, one of your ignition coils can heat up and stop working, 10 or 15 minutes into mowing. And so now you've lost a cylinder while you're mowing. So if you shut off the mower after that 20 minutes, to back up or do something else, and then you come and you put it back into and it's a manual PTO. So it's not a switch type, so it's not electric. Then you will die because that one cylinder isn't working. So I put the inline spark tester in there. I ran it for a little bit, 15 minutes, and nothing. So I thought, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the mower on and mow for a minute just to make sure everything's fine. Everything was fine. So by this time I'm up to 30 minutes. So I'm past my 15-minute diagnostic fee. But I was thinking in my head, okay, while I was letting it warm up for that 15 minutes with the PTO on, just sitting in the yard, I was off drinking coffee. So I'm not going to count that 15 minutes. So now I'm in a dilemma. I basically spent a half hour trying to figure out if there's anything wrong with this mower, and there's nothing wrong with it. It is totally fine. So the only thing I've done is put in a new battery. So I call him up and I say, hey man, there's nothing wrong with this. Well, I'm on the phone for 15 minutes with him because he wants to make sure that I've tested everything. Did you mow with it? Yes. I finally broke down and told him, look, I mowed with it for about a half hour, 15 minutes to a half hour. And I was going as fast as I could, doing donuts and stuff, trying to get it to fail. I don't like telling customers that's how we do it, but you have to try to get it to fail. And sometimes you have to push it really hard to do that. She said he understood why I did it, but he didn't believe me. He says, well, I'm gonna come over there tomorrow and we're gonna run it together. So I got more time involved with this, and I can't charge anything. Free diagnostic. I mean, at some point I'm gonna have to charge because I'm spending all my time with it. So, well, let me make a video real quick and I'll text it to you. So I had Carolyn grab the phone. She recorded me while I sat there engaged to PTO, I think 3 times on video. And he calls me right back and says, yeah, it's working. He says, I don't know what the deal was. Well, it could have been anything. It could have been the spark plug wire was loose and I just didn't pay attention to it when I took it off. And when I hooked up the inline testers, and then when everything was put back together. But he's satisfied now that it's running. I said, so I'm going to charge you for the battery and a $20 installation fee for the battery, which is not even close to what I get paid per hour. It wasn't even close. And I always charge for an hour's worth of work, even if it takes 15 minutes. But, you know, things like inner tubes, I only charge 15 minutes for an inner tube. So, you know, you do an entire set of tires for your standard price. So $20, and I put in a battery. And he says, what does that include? Are you telling me that you're charging me for the diagnostic? And I said, no, that's for the installation. You $65 for a battery? And I just knew that he did not like the idea that he was paying $65 for a battery. The thing is he doesn't even get a core. For a core, you charge $10 extra. He doesn't have a core. I don't think you can take these to Walmart and get them changed out. They're useless. So I have to use my own core, which I had 2. So he's even getting a discount on the battery itself, a $10 discount. So he's upset about the cost of the battery. Because I know what he's thinking. I could have done that myself. Saved myself 20 bucks. So imagine that I'm charging double or triple that for a diagnostic, like some of the critics say. He wouldn't have done it. I'm not paying for that. You didn't do anything. You didn't fix anything. Why would I pay that? And I know what the critics are going to say. Well, that means that they don't get their mower back. Okay, let's think about this. This mower is his mother's. Now, he's probably in his 40s or 50s, if I had to guess. So that means his mother's in her 70s, 80s, who has a 3-year-old mower. It's 3 years old, I think. Let's see if we can find a date sticker. 23. Yep, 3 years old. So she's probably spent $2,000 or so on this mower 3 years ago. And I'm stealing, that's what they're gonna say. I'm stealing this mower over a few pennies, a few dollars. That they don't think they should have to pay. My 80-year-old mother can't mow her yard because that guy, he won't give the mower back because he thinks he should charge to do absolutely nothing. I take it over there, he tells me there's nothing wrong with it. Why should I pay for that? If he's mad about the battery charge, wouldn't he be mad about nothing? Charge? He doesn't care that I spent a half hour trying to figure out what was wrong with his mower. Nothing changed on his mower. Other than maybe I pushed in a spark plug wire. Again, is he really going to pay the diagnostic fee to push in a spark plug wire? Nope. To him, that's nothing. If changing out a battery is not worth the charge, pushing a spark plug wire is definitely not worth a charge. So you're gonna say, the critics are gonna say, I don't care what they're gonna say. Well, okay, then when they get on Facebook and give you a bad review that my 80-year-old mother can't mow her grass because this loser, he stole her $2,000 lawnmower because he wants money even though he didn't do anything to it. What am I going to say? Well, sir, you know, there's this diagnostic fee and you have to pay the diagnostic fee in order to get your mower back. Who is the audience really going to look at? You know, not the audience, but the audience, yeah, the people. Who are they going to feel more sorry about? Me, the guy that didn't get his measly few bucks for his diagnostic of running it around the yard to see if it would die? Or the 80-year-old mother who's got grass 6 feet tall and she can't cut it because the loser down the street is holding her mower hostage for a few bucks? And you would think, why doesn't that guy just give her his mower back? That's terrible. What a mean guy. Being all mean over just a few dollars. They're not going to think, well, this guy lives in a 12 by 16 foot house and he needs his money and she doesn't want to pay it. They're not going to think that. They're immediately going to go with the socially acceptable answer, which is the old person doesn't have the ability to cut her grass because the young guy is holding the mower hostage. This is why you don't charge a diagnostic fee. You can get as mad as you want in the comment section and call me how stupid I am, or you need to see a nut doctor and all that stuff. You can say it all you want. But in reality, you have no idea what you're talking about if they're not willing to pay $20 to put a battery into your mower. And I can almost bet you there's some of you out there who are actually saying, well, that is a little high. I wouldn't pay $20 to put a battery in my mower. And there's a joke, and I'm going to butcher the joke. I'm sure some of you have heard it. But a guy calls a plumber and says, hey, yeah, there's something, or wiring. Anyway, there's something wrong with the wiring. Let's call it the wiring. And can you come out and look at it? The guy goes around. He hits the wall twice with a hammer. Comes up to the owner and says, that's $100. He says, $100? For what? You hit the wall with a hammer. And he says, yeah, but the $100 is because I knew where to hit the wall. And that's exactly right. He knew where to hit the wall. Okay, the mailman showed up, so I forgot where I left off. But I did want to finish up with I had to use starting fluid. So this morning I was going to take it out of the bay and bring it over here. And when I tried to start it, it wouldn't start again. I could tell it was going to need starting fluid. So I ended up having to adjust the choke. Turned out the choke was loose. Like I said, I didn't realize it was a manual choke. I thought it was an automatic choke. So, I mean, again, that takes 10 minutes. You unscrew one screw, you pull the cable tight, and then you screw it back tight. It just isn't hard. And but the thing is, I already sent him the invoice, so I can't add to it. But the thing is if he'd have gotten it back and that didn't work, he would have complained, that guy didn't fix my lawnmower, it won't even start now. At least when I took it over there, it would start. Now it won't start. So I had to fix it. So basically, I changed out a battery, fixed the choke, did a half-hour diagnostic for $20, and he's upset about it. So you cannot tell me that charging for a diagnostic is acceptable. People are not going to allow it. So if you'll click this up next box to take the video over to my other channel, I'll really appreciate it. Go check it out. So if this video inspires you to really think about what you're going to do before you do it, so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.